All right, welcome back everyone for another lesson of Virtual Warfare, a text-based role-play fighting tutorial series. And today's lesson, we're going to be actually diving into an actual spar, or not a spar, I'm sorry, a training lesson with this guy named Kaza 213, and he's a subscriber to my channel, and he has watched some of my videos, and I guess maybe the later videos, not the earliest ones, but he has watched my videos. He said that he's learned a little bit, and he came to me directly and asked for training. So what he's asking for training is to better his role play attack, his role play, his attack, whatever, and I'm going to help him enhance that. So we can see his attack right here, so let's look at it. It says, arriving at about a distance of 10 feet away from him, he slashes at his head, then switches directions, and then slashes at the back. He then jumps up and slashes on top of his head, so his attack, he's attacking 3 times, but the whole point of this I want to say is, those who have followed Virtual Warfare, or those who just input more detail, we can see that this post is lacking a little detail. It's nothing that can't be fixed, but we can see that a lot of things are missing, like which hand he's using, well, how far away he is from the opponent after practically each move. The slash this way, turning around, going behind your back, and jumping up and slashing. These things need distance, because I can, with the basic details like this, I could just say, move out the way. I don't really have to input anything, because there's nothing to go off of, But if he told me that how far he was from the back of me, or how fast he was swinging, that means I have to react, and corresponding with those measurements that he gave me. So I had to go against those measurements and just win, win against them or whatever, and I fail, So we're going to be looking at, we're going to be training him actually, and I asked him if I can use him for the training video. He says yes, so it's all good. And I have to make this video because soon we're going to be getting into the quantum section of Virtual Warfare, and I want everybody to see the advanced combat in in hands-on, in actual form, whatever, so people can understand how to do it, what to do, and just understand it experientially when before we get to the quantum combat level. So I asked him to repost his attack to add more detail so we can see what he put. He says, I begin to walk towards warfare, which is me, I begin to walk towards warfare. As I'm walking toward him, I slowly unsheath my katana, which was 60 to 75 centimeters in length. Arriving at a good 10 feet away from him, I swing my sword at him, aiming to slice his head off. Okay, is that enough? Is that enough, or should I add more detail? Okay, so as we can see, once again, he lacks which hand he's swinging at, so I can know which side to move left or right, or which side to really focus on, because it's an art, martial arts is an art, so it's always good to know exactly what hand you're using so you can perform an actual or an exact defense or whatever. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to write a few things, so he can know what he's doing, and I guess you can catch some of that later. So just hang on real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So now that I have told him a few things, wait for his reply now. So we looked at his attack, and he says that I begin to walk towards warfare. As I'm walking toward him, I'm slowly unsheath my katana, which was 60 to 75 centimeters in length. Arriving at a good 10 feet away from him, I swing my sword at him, aiming to slice his head off. Okay, so he's as we can see, he's lacking detail, and I'm telling him what the detail he's lacking, so we can look at the details that I wrote for him that he's lacking. So he's lacking which hand he's stating to use, because you have to state which hand you're using to swing. He's lacking the direction of the swing, either left or right or whatever. how much energy is being used in the swing. For this is something that a lot of people don't use, but this is virtual warfare's implication. You know, so he's missing how much energy he's using, whether light energy or, you know, all his force or whatever, and how fast or how much time has passed since he made the swing. So when I draw my sword and swing, how much time has passed before it gets to the target? 1 second, half a second, or 1/10 of a second, you know? So these are important things, you know. Say, okay, should I rewrite it? I say, yes, you should. Not a very good typer. So he's going to rewrite it, and we're going to see if what I told him actually helped. Okay, so we're going to wait right here. So I guess I'll get back to everybody, and okay, yeah. All right, so he has replied with the enhanced writing, so we can read what he's wrote, so we can see if he actually improved. So he said, I began to walk towards my opponent slowly. As I walk, I slowly unsheathed my katana with my left hand. This was because my left hand was stronger than my right hand. The katana, which was 60 to 75 centimeters long, was sharp and extremely hard to break. It was also covered in aura. That aura was thick, about 2 inches thick. The katana was also bent, giving me an advantage when I swing it. Also, the katana being bent meant that it would be a little harder for my opponent to escape the close range attack. The katana was positioned below the waist and stretched down to my kneecap. So after about 30 to 40 seconds, I arrived at a destination not too far from my opponent, 10 feet to be exact. At my arrival, I immediately swing the sword with my left hand with a large amount of energy. This energy made the katana swing fast and travel more distance in less time. He says, is that a little better? And I said, yeah, you sure? It sure was better. Yes, it sure was. And I'm really impressed that I gave him a few things, a few details, a few instructions, and he took it and he used it and he came out with this. You know, this is perfect, you know, and this is why I make this video, so people can have it in video form, so, you know, it can be quicker, it can be fun, and it can be easy. You know, anybody can do it, you know, and there's a little bit more work to be done. I'm going to actually sit down and analyze his post more to see how we can better improve it, and I will return in a little bit, you know, and that's it. All right, welcome back, everybody, and we're going to continue with our lesson. So I chose to show him an example of what I can do, so he can see what I did and pick up on some of the things, so he can learn on his own also, you know, before I continue teaching him. So we can actually read what I put down. So I said, standing squared off with his legs about 1.5 feet apart, in an at-ease position, his arms settled at his sides, with his left resting over the hilt of his katana positioned on his left, which was standard in length, weight, and structure. Seeing his opponent 30 feet away, he took a right step forward while declining his back forward, lifting his right hand to motion and over to hover over the hilt of his weapon. Okay, supposed to be his weapon. Through this, he pushed off his right foot and took off into a steady jog, so fast that he covered a distance of 25 feet in a mere second. The moment he arrived, the forward momentum was used to draw his sword after his right hand gripped it, stopping on the balls of his right foot as he firmly slid to a stop. In that fluidity of motion, he controlled his right arm to maneuver the blade in an upward fashion, swinging his arm with the blade to across the region of his opponent's face in a medium exertion, using the forward momentum of the dash to make it even stronger, aiming it right across from the right shoulder to the left ear at a speed so swift if one chose to blink rather than avoid, it would be their doom, attempting to slice the area in which was stated to give a big nasty gash that would even make doctors nervous to perform surgery on, you know. So this is what I gave. I gave my which hand I was using to attack with. I gave what I was attacking with. I gave how far away from my opponent. I gave how long it took to get to my opponent. I added, how far I stopped away from my opponent. I stated how much effort I used for my swing. So I stated a lot of things. And this is what a role play post or role play attack is supposed to have, not actually look like, because it could look like anything. It could look like someone else's, but these details must be in the role play attack post. If not, then a lot of things is going to be based off of assumptions, and the opponents won't be able to have enough detail to even give back enough detail. It's just like I said before. You could just say just moves out the way, and you move out the way. Just if there's not enough detail posted. So I'm going to actually get back. It's getting pretty late, but I'm going to get back to you guys again. I'm going to see what this guy's going to post. If he's not going to post, it's okay. We continue tomorrow. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, and I'll see everybody soon. All right, everybody, welcome back. That's pretty much the end of the training session. We had to end it because both of us have things to do in the real world, so we just had to end it. But we looked at how to implement measurements and roleplay fighting to make it more legit, to make it more official, and to make it more acceptable in the roleplay community. To make it more acceptable. I'm going to be teaching the quantum section soon about more measurements, more intricate measurements, like the laws of fluidity, which is like the laws of exertion, but it teaches how to continue that momentum. So instead of using the light and then medium and then full, now you'll be able to continue to flow, as you just seen in my post, continue to flow of the momentum to gather more momentum in that way, so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing in the future. Also more discussions, just more fighting video, just a lot of videos, so just stay tuned for more videos. I just want to thank everybody for liking my videos and subscribing. It's really encouraging to me just to see people watching the videos and just knowing that you guys are learning off these videos. It's just real encouraging for me, and it makes me just want to continue making more videos. So that I want to thank y'all really from the bottom of my heart. I really want to thank y'all for that. It really touches me a lot, and I'm just going to end the video right here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody next time. Deuces.